So here's a video somebody tagged me in. It's pretty interesting. Just look, and then we'll comment on it.
Or Republican ideas.
These are not Democrat ideas or Republican ideas.
Cut that off. Hold on, sorry.
Or Republican ideas.
These are not Democrat ideas or Republican ideas.
This is an American idea.
These are fundamentally American ideals.
Imagine they were driving a car and they drove it into the ditch.
If somebody has repeatedly crashed your car,
you can't have the keys back.
Do you want to turn over the keys to the same people who crashed it?
You said Russia in the 1980s are now calling to ask for their foreign policy back.
I have a newsflash. The USSR does not exist anymore.
You know, the Cold War's been over for 20 years.
It fell back in 1990.
A skinny guy with a funny name.
Who the heck is this skinny guy with a funny last name?
But they sense deep in their bones.
I believe deep in my bones.
E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. We are one people.
I have a dream that we can be one people again.
Or Republican ideas.
These are not.
And as we know from Obama, that was nothing but a bunch of BS. By the way, Obama looks awful. Have you guys seen him lately? He looks horrible. They always say this this job ages you. Doesn't age Trump. It's funny when you look at the past presidents from like Bush Senior, and Obama, even Reagan. Like they look so ancient from when they started. Like they say like 4 to 8 years, but it seems like they've aged like 20 years. Trump, exactly the same. I think it takes a touch of crazy, a touch of just something we've never seen before. Something that's just not normal. I mean that in a good way. And that's why Trump is perfect for this. You got to think Vivek is 38 years old. That's 5 years older than me. It's not very old. He's young. He's a young buck. He has a very, very long future if he's true to his word. Again, I don't know. I don't know if I could fully trust him yet. All right, we'll look at one more response from Vivek. I don't think we really need to keep watching these response videos. What are that response? That one wasn't a response video that we just watched, but this was tweeted after Trump posted that. Some people in the comments are saying this wasn't directly towards Trump. I don't know. Selling one's soul takes a toll. That is correct.
Here's the hard truth, and nobody seems to want to acknowledge it, but it's what's happening in plain sight.
Let me just say the one reason that I still feel like icky about him is the same reason I felt that way about Ted Cruz. It just sounds so rehearsed every time. Like he thinks about what he's going to say. Like rehearses it in the mirror every single day. Not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time, it like Trump just feels so natural. He does things off the cuff, which look, if any of us do things off the cuff, it's not always going to be the prettiest. Everyone's like, I don't like what Trump says and stuff. I'm like, you wouldn't like anything anybody says if everybody was as truthful as Trump. Because the truth is, if everybody spoke their mind 24/7 like Trump does, we'd be just as hated.
And I'm going to ask you to open your eyes. They want to narrow this down to a 2-horse race between Donald Trump and Nikki Haley, a puppet who they can control.
Bird brain.
Then they want to eliminate Donald Trump this spring or whenever it is and trot their puppet into the White House. It's hiding in plain sight. We're not going to look back a year from now and say, oh, we were shocked that happened. I think we're going to look back a year from now and say, how could we not see that happening when every clue was hiding in plain sight? They're selling us the rope today that they're going to use to hang us tomorrow. And we have an obligation to this country to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm in this race because we have a duty to this country and the America First movement to make sure this lives on no matter what. It didn't start in 2016. It started in 1776. And the system has made clear they're going to now stop at nothing, and I mean nothing, to keep Donald J. Trump out of office. I have pushed back against this at every step. I've filed FOIA demands against the Biden administration. What did Biden and Merrick Garland tell Jack Smith in those federal prosecutions? This week, I filed a Supreme Court brief laying out what I view as the best legal arguments that the Supreme Court does need to hear in order to overturn Colorado's disastrous ruling. I've pushed back against this at every step. I'm the only candidate who has said I would remove myself from Maine and Colorado's ballots if they eliminate Trump, and I've called on every other Republican to do the same thing because that's how we protect ourselves against this election interference. But at a certain point, we have to open our eyes and see the hard truth. And yes, our duty is to this country. And so all I'm asking is to open your eyes, see the plot. It's staring us in the face. It's a hard pill to swallow, but sometimes the truth hurts, and we have to open our eyes to see it.
All right, we get it. We know what they're doing. We know they're going to go after Trump with everything they have. We knew that from the beginning, and it was reaffirmed when they raided Mar-a-Lago. And that's the main reason, or one of the main reasons for me is I'm not going to give up now, especially after I saw the raid of Mar-a-Lago. I'm like, we can't just give up on this man, on this movement. They want us to raise the white flag, and I'm not going to let them win. And going for another candidate, that's all that does. I'm not switching my vote. Call me Colt, call me gay for Trump. I don't care. I'm 100% going for Trump. Again, like I said, I'll keep repeating. It just feels like giving up on Trump. And it's not even about Trump. It's giving up on our movement. It's giving up on something other than the establishment. We've had nothing but warmongering, do-nothing Republicans and the Democrats. That's it. And then finally, some people coming along. The Tea Party tried it. And they fought, but they were defeated. And now MAGA's kind of, the 2.0 of that, trying to fight it, trying to keep it going. Team Vivek is fiercely deleting tweets about how much they hate MAGA. They don't know how this works yet. It is up to them to educate us. So we have some tweets. Well, let's look at the here's his profile. He is Team Vivek, born in 2000. Wow, he's young. 23. Drop MAGA and Trump, you have a good chance of winning. MAGA is dead. I don't know what he's talking about. It's all part of the MAGA brainwashing scheme. I can't wait till someone pulls out Trump's massive receipts list one day. Because it's going to be a lot bigger than this. All deleted tweets. And they're doing it now. They didn't do it yesterday, a couple days ago. They are doing that today. Today that they're deleting all these tweets. Because I think they realize, whether they meant it or not, they might have screwed up. Because right now they've been on the good graces of oh my God, okay, we gotta. Someone just sent me a Nikki Haley video we'll have to watch in a second. They've been on good terms with MAGA. Very good. And they've been playing a very smart game because DeSantis and Haley decided to just attack MAGA, make fun of us, make fun of Trump, attack. Bold strategy, but it's not playing out for them. Vivek's like, I'm going to go a different route because I realize that Trump's the most popular Republican in the party right now. That's a fact. So instead of attacking him, actually, I'm going to praise him. I'm going to say how great he was. It's just time for fresh blood, is all. It's smart. Very smart. That's why Vivek is, doing decently in the polls. Not great, not bad. And now they realize, oh crap, we would have messed up. Because all of their votes, every single vote for Vivek, are Trump votes. They're people who like Trump, who wouldn't mind voting for Trump again, but prefer Vivek. I have a very, very good friend who's like that, who he said he's going to vote for Vivek in the primary. He said 100%, but he's like, I'll also 100% vote for Trump if he's the nominee. You think my friend's the only person like that? Of course not. And that they're the voters that they're going after. So we have this. Vivek directly responding, yes, I saw President Trump's Truth Social post. It's an unfortunate move by his campaign advisors. I don't think friendly fire is helpful. Donald Trump was the greatest president of the 21st century. I'm not going to criticize him in response to this late attack. I've met tens of thousands of Iowans across the 300 events, and they are deeply worried, and so am I, about the system won't allow Trump near the White House again. It seems they will stop at nothing to keep him away from power. I hardly consider that an attack. He just said, look, he said Ramaswamy. He didn't even say he's a horrible person or anything like that. He just, in so many words, said it's not his time. He's fine. Trump's even said in the past, look, he's like, I like Vivek. I don't really have anything personally against him. He's like, it's just not his time right now, And I think that's fair. And when we say this, his time, it's not like everybody needs to drop out or anything like that. But they're not going to win. They're not going to win, and they're only going to damage the party in the process. The only thing that DeSantis and Haley have really done was divide the party even more that we didn't need to do. And Vivek, too, to a certain extent. And I think that's kind of selfish of them, knowing that they can't win. I don't consider them stupid people, so they knew we cannot win. But let's do this anyway. I'm like, for what? To destroy the party? To make Joe Biden president again? They should have all just said, hey, we get behind President Trump 100%, go in there full force. Because if Biden gets president again, we are going to see the end of the United States of America. I truly do believe that. But people get a little taste. They get a little taste of it, and they're like, hey, I want that for myself.